Hey guys, it's Cindy Donovan here. Before we get started, we're going to get started soon. First things first, I want to just double check. Can everybody hear me okay? If you can hear me, just put a 1 in the chat box now. You know, if you can hear me and you're excited about the training, why don't you throw a 1 in the chat box? Alright, I can see a ton of ones coming in. I'm going to give people just another minute to come in. I can see quite a few people coming in here. In fact, it looks like we're probably going to have a bit of a full house tonight, guys. So this is going to be awesome. You know, the more people that are in here, the more fun we're going to have. This is going to be very interactive. So make sure that you pay attention. I'm just going to give people a few more seconds for you guys to come on in here. Alright, great. Welcome everyone. Listen, I am super excited to have you here with me tonight. The training that we've got for you today is truly one of a kind. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee that you've never seen anything quite like this before. Over the past few months, I've seen my friend Sean Donahoe. He's been doing some groundbreaking things in the world of e-commerce. And in case you don't know Sean, let's just say that he is no stranger to the world of e-commerce. He kicks my butt in e-commerce, and that's really why I wanted to get him in here to show you. He's been doing this stuff here since the early 2000s, and he's built multiple 7- and 8-figure e-commerce businesses from the ground up. In fact, just before we came on here, he was telling me about one of his old stores that he grew to 8 figures in a year of revenue before he sold that business to focus on this. Speaking of which, get this, he actually figured out a way to make money without a store in e-commerce. It's really cool. And I mean big money, over $5.5 million so far, thanks to this network of really easy 2-step funnels. And these take him about 10 minutes to set up, and they just generate sales day in and day out. And the best part is, and this is what I was really excited about sharing with you, is that literally anyone can do this. And like I said, you don't need a store, you don't need to spend money on products, you don't have to have warehousing fees, you don't even need to touch or ship a single product. I also recently found out that Sean has this secret software project that he's been working on behind the scenes for the past 2 years. He didn't even tell me about it, and I've known him for ages and he kept the secret from me. And it actually puts everything on autopilot, so you can create these really easy 2-step funnels and put it all on autopilot. Now, he hasn't actually officially released this software, but when he told me about it, I was saying, dude, you've got to come in and share this with my people, because e-commerce is huge. It is going to continue to explode. And tonight, he's going to be sharing exactly how he's doing this, as well as opening up private beta access to his new software. So, does this sound good? Tell me who here is ready to learn these strategies and get a crack at Sean's new software. Yep, I had a feeling you might say that. All right. Sean, are you here, sir? Awesome. Okay, so without further ado, over to you, Sean.
Okay, awesome. And thank you for that wonderful introduction. I truly appreciate it. And it's an honor to be here with you guys here. So let's get started. Hey, everybody. This is Sean Donahoe, and I want to welcome you here to today's training webinar. Now, we have a lot of people on here today, and I'm pretty sure we're going to max out this webinar room, which is always a good thing in these situations. And it means you guys are here, you're super excited, and again, we are ready to go. Now, the first things first, I want to make sure that you can see my screen here. So if you can see my screen, put a 1 in the chat box. That just lets me know that, hey, I'm not showing like the wrong desktop or something like that. I've done that. So lots of people saying yes. Okay, great. Awesome. So one thing I want to say before we get started is this is going to be a very interactive presentation. So I'm going to be asking you lots of questions along the way in order for us to both get the absolute most out of this. So I need you to be engaged. I need you to be interactive with me in the chat box. And that way I'll be able to speak to you guys and we're going to have a hell of a lot of fun. So before we dive in, let me know where you guys are from. We've got hundreds and hundreds of people on here, so I know. Let me know in the chat box where you guys are from. We've got Malaysia, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, New York, Seattle, is Maryland there, Florida. That's from Phyllis. Park City, Utah. Okay, Gold Coast, beautiful Canada. Inverness, not from Scotland, I'm guessing, but Inverness, Florida. Okay. Low from Singapore. That's great. North Carolina, Toronto. Okay, you guys are from everywhere. We got a global audience here tonight, and that's awesome. You guys are from absolutely everywhere. So let me ask you guys, are you guys excited for what we're going to be covering here? Because I want to make sure you are, because I'm really pumped. I love sharing this, what I'm about to share with you here this evening. And I'm really excited and appreciate the fact that you're here this evening, taking some time with me as I share what we're going to be covering in tonight's training. Now, as the title of this presentation suggests, today I'm going to show you the two-step funnel I use to build a $5.5 million e-commerce business without Amazon, without Shopify, or without spending a dime on inventory. Now, this is very, very powerful. But before we get started, let me ask you a quick question. Who here in this group this evening has tried e-commerce before? Now, if you've tried and failed with e-commerce, let me know in the chat box what kind of e-commerce you tried. Was it Amazon, Shopify, print on demand? Let me know. Okay, a few people saying yes, they've been in Amazon, eBay, Amazon and Shopify, a few people. So, okay, cool. A lot of you are saying that. That's fine. Well, before we go any further, I want to say that if you failed at e-commerce in the past, it's not your fault. There is a lot of information out there, and I'll be quite honest, it can be very confusing, and a lot of it is very misleading. Many times that information overload keeps you from success, and certainly if it's sending you off on the wrong path. So one thing I want to kind of really establish here is that if you've been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed with e-commerce because it's either too expensive or it takes too long to get started, it's too tough to manage, I want to put those fears at rest. You can do this, and I'm going to show you a very simple way that you can. You just need the right person to explain it to you. Now, of course, the e-commerce overnight experts want you to think that, hey, you need their overpriced platforms to be successful. I'm here to tell you, you don't. They're wrong. They have their own reasons for wanting you to think that. It's not true, and we'll get to that later on as well. The difference with us is that we actually genuinely want you to succeed. We care about your success. And as you'll see through what we're going to be talking about here this evening, I truly want to see you living the life of your dreams. So that's what we're here for. I know that you have the dream to build a business that allows you to live the life on your own terms, to truly make an impact in the world. And I want to show you how to make that happen during what we're covering here. So we've got a lot to cover here. And if any of you guys have ever been on in my trainings before, you'll know that I get excited. Sometimes I can talk a little bit fast, and it certainly doesn't help with my weird fusion of Scottish and American accents. So before we go any further, I want to make sure that you guys are paying close attention. After all, I appreciate you setting some time aside here, joining me for this training, but I want to make sure that it's time well spent and that you'll get the absolute most out of this. So I urge you to turn off your phone, close down Facebook. That funny cat video can wait, and we don't want any John Doe liked your status notifications pinging away in the background. Make sure you do have a pen and paper. Like I say, this is going to be a content-packed training session with lots of actionable tips and strategies. And once we get going, you're not going to want to miss a second of this. So get ready to take a lot of notes. But most importantly, please plan on staying all the way until the end. Not only will I be giving everyone who stays until the end a copy of all of the slides that we cover today, so it's kind of like an instant cheat sheet, so to speak. You're going to walk away with a ton of incredible knowledge, and we're going to cover what we're going to be covering right now. So for those of you who are brand new, are just starting out in e-commerce, this is going to show you how you can clone my proven two-step funnel in less than 10 minutes so you can start generating profits in the next 48 hours without any of the hassle you usually have to go through to build a complicated online store. And for all of you who have existing e-commerce businesses, this will show you how you can double or even triple your profits while automating and scaling at will. So you can work less and have more time and freedom to do the things you love. After all, that's why you started a business in the first place, right? More specifically, here's what you're about to discover. In a couple of minutes, you're going to discover the secret system that I use to generate $5.5 million from a small network of two-page funnels that you can set up in less than 10 minutes. You're also going to discover how to quickly and easily source the right kind of products that are guaranteed to sell and how you can add them to your funnels with just one click. You're also going to discover how to leverage the most powerful word in the world to generate masses of cheap, targeted traffic and trigger an immediate buying frenzy. Plus, you'll discover how to automate and streamline your order process and your fulfillment process so you never have to see, touch, or even ship a single product. Now, for those of you who don't know me, and I think you guys all do know me, but my name is Sean Donahoe, and I'm the CEO and founder of many companies, one of which is called Sellosity. Now, I was originally born in Scotland. I now live in Georgetown, Texas, with my wife and my two sons. And apparently we have someone at the door. Funnily enough, one of my sons right now is running to the door to find out who the heck that was. Now, I've been in the e-commerce industry since 2003, and I've personally consulted with multi-billion-dollar e-commerce companies and giants like Walmart, Kroger, Costco, to name but a few. Now, back in 2007, I also owned the second largest art store on the entire internet. How large? To give you an idea, we stocked over 3 million products and we're consistently doing over 8 figures a year in revenue. That's nothing compared to what I'm doing right now. In fact, I ultimately sold that business in 2011 to pour all of my time, energy, and resources into this that I'm sharing with you here this evening. Why? Because it takes significantly less time and effort and produces 2 to 3 times the results. You see, the problem with my old store was that most of the traffic at that time was coming from Google AdWords. And one day, Google decided to change their algorithms, not unsurprisingly, for the umpteenth time, and increase their ad costs. And all of a sudden, my art store was no longer making as much money as it was. And I mean, literally, it was draining to nothing. So I turned off all my ads, and it literally killed one of my main sources of income. Now, I was poring over the sales for the last few years, trying to figure out what I could do to change things. And I noticed something. My most profitable sales, even considering all of Google's changes, were people who bought a low-cost piece of art and then went on to buy a larger piece when they realized all the great items that we carried. In fact, they were 3 to 4 times more profitable than our average order. However, they made up just a tiny fraction of a percentage of our overall sales, but it gave me an idea. Now, instead of hoping people were other people would find great art after their sales, I started experimenting by offering people who bought a lower priced item a more expensive piece of art as an upsell. And when I figured that out and I started doing that, all of a sudden I started making money again. And that's when I realized that the traditional e-commerce business model is seriously broken. We're going to get into that in a little more detail later on. You had to think smarter. You had to have what we call a smarter e-commerce funnel. Now, seeing the massive potential here, I started creating funnels in many, many other markets. I went on to sell products in barbecue niche, cooking niches, the prenatal vitamins and supplements to expectant mothers, dog toys, crafting. I literally had my fingers in a lot of different pies. The list goes on. But fast forward to today, and I have currently 45 active and profitable focused funnels online, all of which are generating anywhere from $400 a day to $5,600 a day. Now, here's the thing. It hasn't always been plain sailing. You see, it was during this process that an even bigger problem reared its ugly head. The problem was that every funnel I designed at that time took me 6 to 8 weeks to build. Now, we're talking about a team of 6 full-time employees here. Programmers, designers, tech guys, you name it. The worst part was that we had glued together about 10 different systems to get it all to work. And our costs for getting just one of these funnels fully active, optimized, and everything else and streamlined and connected was in excess of $12,000. Now, don't get me wrong, it didn't take us long to make that money back because we're selling high-ticket pieces of art. But needless to say, the process took a lot of time, money, and man hours. And in the end, I got so frustrated with that, I decided to create my own platform that would make it easy for me to create sales funnels for e-commerce optimized in a very special way that no one else does. And I thought if I could build something that would make it possible to build in one day what it used to take 6 to 8 weeks to do, we'd be really happy. And finally, after 2 years of programming and over $100,000 in development costs, we created Selosity. And I can now build in 10 minutes by myself, without any tech people, what used to take me and my team of 6 guys 6 to 8 weeks. And that's what we're going to show you here today. This is what this is all about. And the best part is, because there's less going on, they're more focused. These funnels run faster and convert way higher. But at the end of the day, and since creating Selosity, I've been able to spend a lot less time working because we can create these things so quickly and set it all up to run on autopilot. So really, the biggest thing that this business model has given me, other than a great income, is free. Now, thanks to this business, I've had the opportunity to travel all around the world and spend some time with some extraordinary entrepreneurs who are passionate about making a difference in the world. And yes, if you're noticing in that top left, that is Brett Michaels from Poison. I do have that hat, his hat. It's actually on my shelf right behind me. And thanks to this business, it's afforded me some of the luxuries in life. In fact, just a couple of years ago, we were able to purchase our dream home. Now, you can see that in the lower right corner there. But we're actually building an even bigger home right now. It's just given me the ability to have my own personal whiskey cellar, which is, of course, as I'm Scottish, I am obsessed with good whiskey. But sometimes it's the little things that just make life worthwhile. Like the time I was able to take a week off and go to the Ren Fair with my son. Basically, a complete weapons training overhaul. I got to teach him how to use bows, arrows, polearms, swords, throwing knives, axes. Yeah, you get the picture. It's a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, I was also be able to take off time to cook a nice beef Wellington dinner for my wife for our anniversary last year. Took a whole day of prep and I screwed it up 5 times. We won't mention that. But the point is that all of these things I wasn't able to do before. I discovered this process, and that's what I'm about to share with you here. Now, I'm not telling you any of this to brag. I hate all of that. I see so many people sat on their rented Lamborghinis or jumping in their private jets. I'm not doing that. I want to get real here. I'm merely showing you that because of this, and if you're anything like me, it's these little things. It's these things, the lifestyle, the freedom, that makes running a business for yourself worthwhile. Wouldn't you agree? Put a 1 in the chat box if that makes sense to you, if that sentiment makes sense. Okay, and that's what we're going to really cover here today. That's what the crux of this training is all about. So, when it comes to e-commerce, the time is right now. This is why we're here. Quite simply, the reason we're here is e-commerce is huge. It's a $2.3 trillion industry. And yeah, that's with a T, trillion. Not only that, by 2020, worldwide, e-commerce sales are projected to grow to $4.1 trillion. That's a 44% growth rate in just 3 years. That's staggering. It really is. In fact, if you think about it, there's no other industry out there that is projected to grow to those kind of levels. Now, what's more is major retail brands are aware of this, and they're moving to grab a slice of the pie right now. Take Target, for example, which just this year decided to shut down many of its offline stores and invest over $200 million into e-commerce. Why? Because they see the opportunity here. Needless to say, big things are happening. But you only need a small slice of this to make a significant profit. Despite all of this, most people, and that includes the big brands, are honestly, they're going about e-commerce all wrong, which creates a huge opportunity for you and I. And here's why. You see, they're doing it the hard way. Here's what happens with a traditional multi-product store. You see, you build a store, and this is what a lot of people tell you. It's absolutely ridiculous. Build a store, fill it full of a whole bunch of products, hope that the visitors buy something before they leave. That's the model. It's highly inefficient. Here's why it's the hard way. There are too many options for your customers to choose from, too many points of failure. You have no control over where people are clicking or what they're going to see next. It's basically just a big hodgepodge of products, and this creates confusion. Confusion, in turn, leads to poor conversions, and because a confused mind does not buy. But that's where focused funnels come in. You see, focused funnels make it easy for your customers to buy, but they also make e-commerce scalable, controllable, and manageable because you're leading the customer down a path where they only have to look at one product at a time. This leads to much higher conversions because your customer they only have one choice, one decision to make, buy or don't buy. Now, just to prove to you that this is real, and I actually walk the walk, here's a screenshot I took from one of the dashboards of one of my focused funnels earlier. And as you can see, just with this one setup right now, that's over $17,000 in sales last month. An average income of over $600 a day. And this is one of my worst converting systems right now. Here's a better one. This is another one of my funnels, only this time it's in the barbecue niche. Now I must point out that at the time I took this screenshot, it wasn't the best month because we're coming out of prime grilling season right now. But this month we did just over $41,000 in sales. But on average, we're doing over $100,000 a month with this funnel. If you look at this, we're on track to do and gross $1.2 million in revenue this year, just from this one focused funnel. Now, let me ask you a question. What do you think the number one factor is when it comes to building a profitable e-commerce business? What determines the success of an e-commerce business? Is it the product, the platform, traffic? Put your answer. What do you think the answer is in the chat box? Okay. And okay, good. Some good answers here. James says traffic. Leon says automation. Lo says what customers want. Traffic, automation. You guys are all on the right track. Marketing, product. Again, you know what? It's a little bit of a trick question. Here's why. The truth is there are 5 critical success factors. First of all, and obviously, you need to have a good product. If you have a crap product, no one's going to buy it. Simple as that. You need to have a good platform. You need traffic, you need conversions, and most importantly, you need speed. And I'll explain why speed is so important in a moment. But for now, all you need to know is this. The system I'm about to show you and reveal to you checks all of these boxes. Now, there are 3 secrets here to this system. And I'm going to start with secret number 1. Secret number 1 is the dropshipping evolved method. This is how you can sell any one of 10 million products that are out there and growing every day and never have to see, touch, or ship a single one of them. Secret number 2 is the 2-step no-store formula, which is going to show you how to make more money from less products in less time with rapid deployment focused funnels. And secret number 3 is the traffic snowball effect. And this is how you can leverage the most powerful word in the world to trigger an instant buying frenzy. Now, let's dive into these a little more. So with that being said, let's start by establishing the framework. Let me show you how you can immediately start selling any of over 10 million products that are out there that you don't own, you never have to see, touch, or even ship them. But before we do that, let's first examine a couple of common e-commerce business models. That way we get a chance to take a clear look of your options and which one will work best for you. So one of the ways that a lot of people go is the traditional make-it-yourself way. Let's face it, it's a lot of hard work. You're limited by the product choices that you can create and assemble. It's extremely time-consuming. It's not scalable because you're making them yourself. And it's a very low profit potential. In fact, we want to be in business, not just today, but tomorrow, next week, next year. This is very important. So making it yourself is very impractical. Another way is manufacturing, which is very hard work. You've got to do all your design, R&D, development, testing, huge overheads. You've got to have huge capital to manufacture products yourself. Minimum order quantities from your vendors who are actually producing the product for you. You've got all your storage, your warehousing, your staffing, insurance, rent on any property. It's extremely time-consuming to set up, so it's not really that practical. Another way is wholesale, where you go buy at a cheap price from someone and store it. There's lots of competition for a lot of the same products. You have no control over the price. We have MAP pricing. I won't get into that. But basically, you can't sell below a certain level. And then you've got large upfront investments because you have to go buy the inventory. You have to store it. And you've got some of the same risk factors as manufacturing. You've got to have somewhere to house it. Make sure it's all protected, secured, electricity, rent, Insurance again, staffing, it's just insane. It mounts up. Okay, you know what? I used to do each and every one of these, and they're a nightmare. This is why I do it this way. The drop shipping evolved method. This is the Cellosity way. The major difference here is minimal risk. You see, as soon as a customer buys, you get paid instantly. And then only after you've received the money from the customer do you go pay another vendor to ship that product direct to your customer. Now, this not only means that you never need to spend a single penny on inventory, it also means you never have to see, touch, or ship the product yourself. Essentially, you're acting like a middleman between the supplier and the customer. It's kind of like affiliate marketing, in that the vendor is essentially paying you to sell a product for them, but because you are the one who sets the price of the product, meaning your profit margins can be completely insane, incredibly high. So your order fulfillment process can also, with the Cellosity evolved dropshipping method, can be completely automated. And the entire business is basically 100% hands off. See, this is why we do things rather differently. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's all well and good for Sean, but where do we find a good product? And how do we know it will sell? Well, let's face it, it all comes down to finding a winning product. And you may think that that sounds hard, but thanks to sites like AliExpress and another one I'll show you in a moment, it's actually way easier than you might be thinking. So put a 1 in the chat box if you would like me to show you exactly how to pick winners almost every single time. Okay, good. Lots of people. Okay, awesome. I just want to make sure you guys are out there and everything else. So, okay, let's do this. I'm going to show you exactly how it works and how I go about picking my products here. Now, most of the overnight e-com cowboys out there will tell you to go to AliExpress first. That's where you're going to find the best deals. Not necessarily true. The system where most of the platforms they tout are actually compatible with, and only this one. We do something far different, and I'm going to show you what I do. I actually go to wish.com first. It's my idea generator, and the reason for that is they target my exact customer, impulse purchasers. Their entire system is designed around impulse buys, and this allows me to literally filter out all of the noise and find products that are actually selling fast. I'll show you how. If I go here right now, you can see there's lots of different categories and separators for what they have going on. But if I scroll through here, you can see, for example, this product here has sold 10,000 items. It's just like Tupperware. This little dog pendant, that sold 1,000. Okay, that one might not be as interesting, but I might put it on a little list if I think it's got that ooh, buy it factor. I'm looking at this, for example. I'm actually selling this right now. This is a knuckle guard for when you're cutting vegetables, protects your knuckles and improves your knife work. Sold 10,000 units. It's free. Well, how is it free? You just pay the shipping. Same model that we use in a lot of ways, but again, it's free. How much is the shipping? $4. Okay, I think that's a little cheeky, but I might be able to find that cheaper from another vendor on here. If I go through here, and I'm just going to scroll through real quick, I'm looking to see anything with about 20,000 or more. This one's an interesting one. Simple little filter, keeps your food in your pan. Boom, it's $1. What is the cost of shipping? $1. So $2, I could probably sell that for $10. That's $8 profit off a $2 product. So I'm loving that. That's pretty cool. That might go on a side list. And I will continuously do that until I have a good idea about what is out there, what's actually proven to sell. Now, here's a couple of products I found, for example. This was a screen magnifier for a cell phone. And you can see there's quite a few vendors here that only have like 5,000 units sold, or this has only sold 50 units or something like that. And it's quite likely the reason for that is they're buying it from someone else and then reselling it. Probably this guy here sold 200,000 units and it's $2. Okay, let's have a look and see how much the shipping is on that. I can go do all my research about the product and everything else, but it's about $4 total. The other one I found was this, a thumb holder for a phone. Two products closely related, but I like this. Now, interestingly enough, you can see that this has sold 200,000 units. It's $2. If I click on it, I want to see what they're doing, and it's $2 shipping. So that's $4 total. It's a little much for what I'm thinking they've got there. But if I look around, this one's sold, it's selling for $1, which doesn't seem like much, but it's half the price. Click on this, check the shipping, $1 shipping. So it's half the price. They obviously have volume because they've sold 20,000. I can now fulfill and look at adding this to my cart. I like this because it's got that novelty factor, the humor factor. I like things that make me smile. This is interesting. Now, this is the point where I go over then to AliExpress. I will find a product, and oftentimes I will actually get it cheaper here than I will with AliExpress. So I'm going to go over here, and I'll do thumb holder. And here's the product. Okay. Now, our system, we have a system called Genesis. We'll talk about this in a wee while. Actually helps me filter through the products to see what items are out there. I can see this, for example. You see it's highlighting. It's got diamond rating, and it's highlighting that it does have e-packet, which is great. We'll talk about that later on. This is a special deal where USPS will actually ship products from China directly to your customers without having to worry about import duties and everything else. If I look at this real quick, I want to see, okay, it's 82 cents, but e-packet, let's have a look at the shipping. E-packet shipping, it's $1.58. So it's still more than Wish is charging, as an example. But if I'm looking through this, we want to arrange it by orders, and we want to see who's selling the most. And it's actually the one we just clicked on, funnily enough. We can see it's 371 orders, a good feedback score. We want to make sure that if we've got anyone with a good diamond rating, and they're going to be kind of preferential businesses to work with, they have a better reputation, they've got a track history and everything else, and you can check everything out about them. But these are still more expensive than Wish. Now, thankfully, the system we are going to show you is actually compatible with both of these and Amazon. So we can quickly find products that we can sell that are proven winners, that are in demand, and find the absolute best price for our store to sell them and make a profit. Now, let me ask you guys, you've seen exactly how we can go about picking a product. And you're probably thinking, okay, but Sean, how or where do I sell my products? Well, don't worry, because of course, we've got you covered as well. See, this is where secret number 2 comes in, and it's the power of the 2-step no-store formula. Now, let me show you how to make more money from less products in less time with rapid deployment focused funnels. But before I do, let's first examine a couple of common e-commerce platforms. That way, we got a clear look of your options and which one will work best for you. So first, let's look at Amazon, the biggest e-commerce website in the world. Now, building an Amazon store makes it easier for your customers to buy. Also, you get more trust upfront because you're on Amazon. However, there are some major drawbacks. First of all, you have a high barrier to entry. It isn't as simple as you might think to just jump on Amazon and start selling. As the platform has become inundated with sellers who don't follow the rules, Amazon has had to become more strict about allowing who can sell and what can be sold. For example, sellers must be approved to sell clothing, shoes, handbags, automotive items, and many other types of products. And the list of categories requiring approval keeps on growing and growing, and it isn't that easy to get approved anymore. Secondly, Amazon owns your customer. Basically, you have no way to market to any new customers you acquire now or in the future. Once you've acquired and you've made a sale, the customer is Amazon's. They own them. Now, this is a problem because you can't bring people back to your store, and your lifetime customer value is going to be extremely low. On top of this, your products can become restricted and unsellable at any time. You see, Amazon works closely with manufacturers and brands, and if a brand suddenly decides they don't want third-party sellers listing items on Amazon, they can deem them restricted at any time. And this has happened to me numerous times when I was selling on Amazon. So when you're selling through Amazon, you have absolutely no price control. By building your business on Amazon, you risk getting caught in the insane pricing wars that happen out there, because customers can check out your competitors on the same exact site and get the absolute cheapest version. And when you're competing on price, that's a horrible place to be. The problem is because you won't always be able to compete with other vendors on price. They're buying in massive bulk, getting discounts. Or if you do win,
you will have had to have lowered your price to a point where you make little or no money on that. Also, Amazon sellers use automated repricing software so that their prices are continuously adjusted to the absolute lowest price. And the problem is that with so many sellers using repricers, the minute one of these sellers outprices the other, it's like a chain reaction. It sets off everyone else's repricing software to a downward spiral, just dives. I mean, it's insane. It's like they keep racing to the bottom and keep on digging of the barrel. The only winner, of course, is the Amazon buyer, which is what it's designed for. They get the absolute best prices, but as a business, puts a nail in the coffin here. And last but certainly not least, you have all the monthly fees that are associated with selling on Amazon. Amazon is expensive for vendors, especially if you sell through their FBA program, their Fulfillment by Amazon. This is where you send your items to their warehouse and they sit on a shelf until a customer buys them. Then Amazon ships the item, and learning their prep system is insane. And a lot can go wrong with damaged items, lost items, other warehouse issues. And when all that is said and done, the Amazon fees work out to be about 1/3 of the sale price of each item. So your profit margin is greatly diminished, which doesn't include any of the monthly fees that they charge and the ever-increasing warehouse storage fees. It's insane. Now, on the flip side of that, you also have Shopify. Now, this platform allows you to create your own independent storefront. And Shopify has a great slick marketing campaign and lots of high-profile endorsements. In fact, I've lost count of the number of times I've heard some so-called overnight e-commerce expert telling you all about their success and how you should be using Shopify simply because it's what they use, okay? Now, I've been on both sides of this fence, and I've sold my Shopify interest and shut them down to pour all my time into what I'm doing right now. And here's the reason why. I couldn't disagree more with what a lot of these people say. There's a big reason. Number one is the monthly fees. Now, here's the thing. This is I call this the little bit of the e-commerce trap here. With a 14-day free trial, the basic plan starts at just $29 a month. So it's very easy to see why Shopify is very appealing to a lot of new marketers and a lot of new e-commerce guys. But in order to accept credit card payments, you will also need a payment processor of some sort. And with Shopify, you are very much encouraged to use their payment system. Now, at first glance, their transaction fees, 2.9% and 30 cents per transaction, seem pretty reasonable. However, this can really quickly mount up as soon as you start doing any kind of volume in sales. And before you know it, you're paying $500 a month in fees. Now, you might be thinking, okay, you could simply switch to another merchant and payment processor to start making more sales and keep more of your money, right? Okay, well, this is where they get you. Because it turns out Shopify will charge you an additional transaction fee on top of that your merchant provider will be charging to punish you for using anything other than Shopify payments. And even their $299 a month plan, which gives you a small discount in the credit card fees that they try and charge you, doesn't allow you to use your own payment processor. You're still stuck with them and all of the other fees that could be associated with that. And the second big gripe I have is the huge learning curve that's involved with Shopify. Trust me when I say that you could be looking at 2 to 3 months of trial and error before you figure out how to use the damn thing properly. And because of this, it takes a long time for people to get started. They lose momentum, hence they give up before they've made a single penny. Now, this is my biggest gripe with the entire platform. You have to use and get apps. They make it a requirement. And here's why. Shopify has its own app store. And there are numerous occasions where I wanted to do something pretty basic. I mean, something that you would take for granted in the world of e-commerce with my Shopify store. And I was required to pay and install a third-party app from their app store. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for apps and plugins, but here's the thing. They can really improve the capabilities of a software product. But the fact that Shopify is lacking in such basic functionality to begin with was a major red flag for me, and it should be for you too. Basically, Shopify's base platform is so underpowered, and it's structured that way on purpose, that you are forced to pay for third-party apps just to give your store the basic functionality it needs. And when I say basic, I mean it. Look at this. This is just a few of the core things that you should have in a good commerce platform. Now, if you total all this up and magnify it out through the year, that's over $8,000 a year before you've sold a single product. I'll give you an example. Cart abandonment. This is a very real issue because 68% of online shoppers will abandon their shopping carts and never complete their purchase. So having a way to follow up with them is very important. To add the ability to email a pre-filled shopping cart link to customers who didn't complete their purchase, I had to install an app that cost $9 a month. Now, $9 a month hardly breaks the bank. I know this, but it's the tip of the iceberg. And especially when other platforms offer this capability as standard. Now, you start stacking all of this up. You're talking $49 a month for email marketing, which is more expensive than a lot of autoresponders with a lot less functionality. $14 a month for a shipping system. $29 a month for an SEO system. And the list goes on and on and on and on. You can see, again, these are actually apps that we looked at and just got the most recent prices. It's insane. But the biggest problem with all of these is all these apps are developed by third-party developers, not Shopify themselves. That means they rarely get updated. They're continuously breaking. They're incompatible with each other. They have all sorts of conflicts. Trying to get tech support on any of them is an absolute bloody nightmare. And in some cases, you could be waiting days, weeks, or even months for a reply. Meanwhile, your store is down and you're losing hundreds or even thousands of dollars a day in sales. Last but not least is when you build your house on another man's land, you're absolutely out of control. And what I mean by this is that Shopify literally has the ability to shut down your store at any minute. You don't own your business. If Shopify changes a policy that cuts into your profit margins, a significant amount of your income can disappear overnight. Personally, I don't want my business to be dependent on the whims of another company. This isn't a true business because there's no real ownership or control. Now, we want something that we have control over. We want a business that we can make an impact and help us leave a legacy. That's why it's important not to build our store using a third-party platform like Shopify. Plus, with over 400,000 stores hosted on Shopify, you're putting yourself in the direct firing line of hackers who will stop at nothing to wipe out your profits. Now, think about this for a moment as a perfect case in point. Just cast your mind back to October 2016, when a major DDoS attack took down Shopify servers, costing merchants thousands of dollars in lost sales and revenue. I mean, if Amazon and Shopify aren't the best platform, then what is? What is your best option? Well, this is the Sellosity way. Let me introduce you to Sellosity-focused funnels in a little more detail. With Sellosity-focused funnels, you don't actually need a store. There is no store. All you need is a front-end product, one upsell, and no other products. Because of this, these focused funnels are very easy to set up with no tech skill required and can be deployed rapidly. In fact, in a few minutes, I'll show you the exact system I use to build an entire focused funnel in under 10 minutes. But the point is, there's no waiting weeks or months to get started. Some of you may be wondering exactly what a focused funnel is, so let me give you an example. You had two choices when you visited the registration page of this webinar. Now, who here can tell me what are the choices you have? Put it in the chat box here. Okay. And yeah, you've got to get right. A lot of people, you either had the option to register or don't. It's two choices. Two choices. So basically, that's exactly what a funnel is. It's the time to you reduce the number of choices so that the path is clear. Either walk forward or don't. Now, you can get them to come to try one thing. And when you offer them another thing, you can offer them upsells, downsells, cross-sells. The possibilities are endless. So when it comes to e-commerce, a focused funnel is essentially the rebirth of the online store. It's the next level. It's e-commerce evolution. It allows you to actually direct your customers' attention and focus them on a course of action that leads to higher conversions, more sales, and more profits. And by plugging an upsell onto the back end, we can immediately double or even triple our profits. Let me show you what I mean. Would you like fries with that? You've all heard this phrase. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't a new concept that we're talking about here. It's not something I just dreamt up one night. In fact, it's the same system Starbucks and McDonald's have used to corner the coffee and hamburger markets for decades. Because if you start at the core level of what a sales funnel is, McDonald's have been doing this perfectly since inception. Think about it. Most people don't walk into McDonald's to buy just fries. They're there to get something more heartier, like a burger or maybe try a menu item they've seen advertised around town. Here's the thing though. It costs McDonald's $1.91 to get a customer through the door or into the drive-thru. The average sale price of a burger is $2.09. Therefore, if you think about it, McDonald's earns a grand total of 18 cents from a burger sale. But how on earth do they make money? It's in the upsell. Do you want fries with that? You want a fries and a Coke. Now, on average, a customer will spend $1.77 on the upsell, which is only cost McDonald's about 45 cents to make. So their profit margin on fries and Coke is much higher than the burger, which is merely the front-end product, designed to get people in the door. And all of a sudden, you're suddenly making an extra $1.14, which means their total profit is $1.32, which is 7.3 times that of the initial front-end profit. And just like that, and with this one simple question, would you like fries with that? McDonald's has been able to sell 9 million pounds of fries just today alone, and every single day. It's a very powerful business model. The same technique can apply to e-commerce. See, there are really only three ways to grow your business. Increase the number of customers, increase the average transaction value per customer, or increase the number of transactions per customer. And with the focused funnel approach, you can do all three. Usually, most people only have the choice of doing one. We actually check all three. First of all, these focused funnels convert better because they're actually they're focused, which equals more new customers on the front end. And by plugging in an upsell or even a series of upsells or downsells on the back end, you can very easily, as we've just seen, increase both the value or the average transaction value per customer and the number of transactions per customer. Now, I have hundreds of customers just like this who come back and buy again and again and again because they're hyper engaged with what we're doing. The whole concept of focus funnels is based around this. Less products, more focus equals more success in a mere fraction of the time to boot. Now, how do we actually build these funnels? And I know you're probably thinking that and you're thinking, well, okay, what are my options here to build funnels? What we used to have to do was the hard way was I'd have to design the funnel, which was actually part I enjoyed the most. Then I had to go pay someone to write all the copy. And of course, I don't just want to hire any Tom, Dick, and Harry. I want to make sure my funnels convert. So I paid a top-level copywriter $5,000 to write all the copy. Then I'd pay a designer to mock up all these designs in Photoshop. Then I'd have a web designer slice it all up and format it and then put it into a system and website and then hook it all up. Then I'd pay a programmer to do all the tech geeky stuff, connect all the funnels to all my different systems, everything kludged together with duct tape to make something actually functional the way I wanted it to. And then finally, I hire an analytics person to do all the split testing and all the other kind of deep level analysis and everything else. And by the time I finished, one funnel live cost me over $12,000. Not cool. So after 15 years of doing it the hard way, you are going to have the advantage of doing it the easy way, because this is really good news. You've joined me for this free training here this evening. You get to cheat, and you're going to do it the easy way. So is that okay with you? Okay. Put a one in the chat box. Would you like to know the easier way to do this and me to show you what I'm doing and why this is vastly different than anything else you've seen out there? Okay, cool. Show me the easier way. That's from James. I love that. That's the sentiment. Okay. So let me ask you this. Would you like me to show you how I build an entire funnel live in under 10 minutes? Type yes in the chat box if you want me to show you Sellosity and how we do everything, okay? And in under 10 minutes. So we're going to rock on. Okay, have a look at this. Now, before we build our focus funnel, we actually need to deploy Sellosity to our domain. And here's the cool thing. It is super simple. All you need to do is fill in the blanks. Now, you can see I've got a domain here. There's nothing on here. And I'm just going to decide what front end I want. In this case, I'm going to pick the focused funnel front end, just like this, and the color scheme. I'm going to fill in the blanks. Now, I've already got my information for my host here. And it's just a simple, 6-step process. So I'm going to go through this really quick. You can time me, watch that timer. Let's see how quick it takes. Okay, so I'm just going to enter in my host information, making sure everything connects up, including the database. We'll do a quick test just to make sure that we can talk to our server. All good, move on. We'll put in the name of our site, what we want for a tagline, emails, the description, We'll also set up user credentials, choose which color scheme we want, what front page we want, and which version of Selosity we're going to use. We'll set up some social media profiles, everything automatically connected in and ready to rock. It's literally that simple. And I'm copying and pasting this from another screen, so you can see I'm setting up the company information for profiles and policy pages, contact information. Hitting next will just verify that everything is good, that we're good to install, which we are. So you can see that's rolling there. And then the final steps of deployment. This is on our server. We've already got the files across. Everything's looking good. Testing to make sure we can speak to the database. Yep, that's all good. Moving on. And it's now deploying everything, doing everything in real time. This is how quick it is. And you can see, boom, final checks. If that's all good, just doing the final confirmation, the final deployment, and we're there. That's it. Stop the clock. 1 minute, 14 seconds. Now, put a 1 in the chat box if that was pretty fast. Admittedly, I've done this once or twice, but let's log into the dashboard of our brand new Selosity system. And you can see this is the entire system here. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to build a focused funnel. So I'm going to come over to the front page here. You can see here is our focused funnel, or the front end of our focused funnel, but we need products and we need to add some images and connect everything up here. So that's what we're going to do right now. So as you remember, we've actually picked 2 products earlier on. I'm just going to grab those from another screen real quick. And I'm going to use this one as an upsell, and I'm going to add one of these as the front end product to my focused funnel. Now to do that, we're going to use our system Genesis. Now Genesis is our extension for Chrome that allows us to import products but also fulfill those orders. And while a lot of people are limited just to AliExpress for order fulfillment, we also fulfill to Wish and Amazon as well. So we get the best of all worlds. Now, to show you how to do this, I'm just going to grab and select which one I want to use. I'm going to use this one here because it has the most sales. Again, it's free. You just pay the shipping. So just click this button and you can see it's pulled all the information, but I'm going to call this the Smart Thumb Phone Holder. I like to give my stuff funky names. We're going to set this as free because we're going to do free plus shipping. And we'll say that it's $19.99, just for example's sake. I'll call it Beaming Geek 101. Okay, so I look through the photos to see if there's anything I don't want. Sometimes they put branded stuff on with logos or what have you. Nothing, I think, oh, that's all good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come down here, select the store, and I've already connected it up to Beaming Geek, so that's cool. It's going to check all my categories. I've only got one here, which is focused funnels. I'm going to assign that to Wish, and then we're going to click a button. Boom, done. Now it's going to take a few moments here, and now we can view it in our backend to make sure everything is cool. Okay, so we're going to come over here, and I'm going to choose this one to add it as my OTO. Then I'm just going to click Genesis. And we'll just give this the name of the Smart Viewer Screen Magnifier. This one I'm going to say is $14.99 as an upsell. It's valued at, say, $29.99. And again, we'll do this as Beaming Geek 102. Okay, keep it simple. So I'm going to select Store, the Dropshipper, and again, send it to Selosity to put in our system right now. Take a few moments, view in Selosity. And there we go, ready to rock. So now that we've got all this in our system, let's actually build out the funnel. So we got this page here. What I'm going to do is come up here. We're going to load the drag and drop editor. And this is an integral part of Selosity that makes life so much easier. It allows us to customize pretty much everything. So the first thing we're going to do is swap out this image and actually put in one of the images that are already imported in our system. So I'll come over to Media Library. And we're going to grab one that is, I think, kind of showcases the products best. So I'm going to hit that button there. You can see that automatically swaps out the image. And now let's assign a product to the button. So when they click the button, they actually grab the actual correct item. So we're doing this from the drop down. You can see all of our products here. I'm going to select the one that we imported. That's all good. And we can see it's actually showing us the options for the color. So if that's cool, we'll come down here and let's add a couple of extra items. Now, obviously, you'd want to take time to a lot more time than I'm doing here to customize everything you're seeing and all, there's not really, you don't need to be a copywriter. That's one of the beautiful things about this, because a lot of it's all done for you. It's a lot of the time, it's just the images that are really showcasing what the product is, what it does, how it does, what it does, and everything else. But I think those will do for now. And I'm just going to hit that there. Make sure it's all cool, kind of balances out. And again, you might take time to select some different in-use pictures, but this really kind of showcases everything. You'd want to then put down what your product is and some of the features and everything else that you can get from the page where you imported this from. But you go ahead, just make some quick customizations, but it doesn't take 2 moments. That's the beautiful thing. You can see we're already connected up. And if I hit save here, oh, I forgot actually to swap out our logo. So I'm going to click upload here, and we want to grab our logo, which I had uploaded. Boom, select that. Our brand, our funnel, and our front end is all done. So let's go open that up in the front end as a customer, and let's go add a product to the cart. So just load up the page, and I'm going to choose a black one. So that's going to load into the cart, and here's our cart. This is our customized checkout, and you can see here we have a product image placeholder, and we have the optimized checkout, testimonials, everything else optimized for your conversions. And here's our smart thumb phone holder. It's free plus shipping and handling of $9.99, and we're ready to go. We can have Stripe, PayPal, and any other payment processor. We're not limited. However, what we do need to do is edit this and, again, apply our branding to this and some optimizations. We'll assign our logo. Just click on that, grab that, done. Okay. And you see this big placeholder image. We want to show the in-use options again of our product. So we're going to click on that. So I'll drag that in there, upload that real quick, and here we go. You can see everything is kind of optimized. We're ready to go. We'll just customize a couple of last things here. Again, taking out the amazing product and actually say what the product is. So for example, we'll just copy that in there. And you have a full screen editor if you want, but again, that's just going to be as simple as it needs to be. Like I said, a lot of this is already optimized for you. You can see everything updates in real time, and you can go through and spend a lot more time than I'm doing right here, but it's good for demonstration purposes. However, the last thing we need to do is the upsell, and we've got our upsell here, and we can customize this as we see fit as well. So I'm just going to click on the editor again one more time. Just click on this, change the logo out. Okay, and then we'll grab that logo. Okay, and we can also customize this. What is this actually going to be? Smart viewer. Okay, and we can calculate all the savings. But the main thing here is when we're saying, hey, wait, your order's not complete. Now it's calling me store because that's my first name in this user that we're logged in with. But we'll just swap out the image here, grab one of the smart magnifier images. Again, this is already uploaded because we did the import earlier on. Click this button to assign it to whatever product we want. Now here's the interesting thing here. We have this as a one-click upsell, so we don't have to worry about it. We can have, again, you'd put some description text about how cool this is and what it does. You don't want to overthink it. Keep it simple because the customers, they don't want complications. So I'll grab another in-use shot here. Let's say, okay, this one with the cheetah on it. Swap out this one, just like that. And we are done. So now we can go place a test order. So over here, I have a incognito mode window with the cart ready to go. And you can see here, I can just go ahead and place an order. I'll choose a black one of these, click claim your free gift. It goes over to my custom cart. You can see that everything is in here. We're going to check out, and I'm going to go to Fred Fish, and I'll send this to an address here, fill in all the information we need. So like I said, the optimized cart here is incredible because it literally takes care of everything for you. Phone number, to one of my test emails, because we are actually going to ship this product in a few moments. So we're going to come down here, choose our option. We use DBT for this example. I'm going to click on that. And you can see it's going to place the order, and here's our upsell. So, hey, wait, Fred, your order is not complete. Shows us the option. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab that in black. Click this button, and we're good to go. And boom, there's our order for that. Now, let's go process that order and fulfill it. So the first thing we're going to do is we can see that we got 2 orders pending, and you can see them in here. I just want to show you this processing orders. You can see those are the orders that we just placed, but we're actually going to log out of here, and we're going to log in as our drop shipper to fulfill these orders. So I'm going to log in as a back end. We're in the dropship console for Wish. We click on orders list, and this shows us any orders that are ready to go. You can see there's two here for me, Smart Thumb and Smart Viewer. So I'm just going to place one of these right now, but it's very quick. We click on place order, and let's run through step by step. And this is where Genesis really kicks in and shows its raw power here. You can see it's picking the item. If we could, click confirm order. It's walking through every single step here and saying, okay, what's our cost here? It's just saying, okay, everything's good. It's changing the quantities, making sure everything's right. Click on confirm order. It goes through the next process. It sets the address for the dropship customer. If that's all good, ready to go. And that's it. No hand copying and pasting. This streamlines everything. It makes it all good for you to rock and roll. I just confirm, place the order, and I'm ready to go. That's it. Done. And it's marked that item as ordered. See that up here? Now, that was that quick. And we can just refresh the page, and you can see that for that one, we have our Wish order number, and everything is ready to go. Now, I could do the other one here, but you get the idea. It's as simple as that. It takes all the headaches out of the entire e-com process. And we built everything from the very installation of Selosity on a brand new domain to importing the products to configuring our funnel in under 10 minutes. Now, put a 1 in the chat box if you see the raw power of what we are doing right here. Now, again, guys, I just want to say this is why we do this. You can see we literally did that in under 10 minutes from the very installation, the setup, the configuration, importing products, testing, literally customizing our focused funnel. And by the way, there's lots of other templates in there that you can change how the front end looks, and you can drag and drop and create and make any of those pages look any way you want. It's very, very fast and simple, but it gives you maximum control and puts all of the power in your hands. You can have a focused funnel. And now, admittedly, I've done this a few times, as you can tell, but you can see just how easy that is. Now, like I said, I did a little prep work. I cut a few corners there for the sake of demonstration, but that is literally pretty much automates nearly everything. So all you have to do is copy, paste, and profit. It's really what it's all about. You've seen exactly how I go about picking a product, okay, and how easy it is to use Selosity to add it to your funnel. And you're probably thinking, okay, right, but Sean, how do I actually get people into my funnel? Well, don't worry, we've got you covered there. The traffic snowball effect is how to leverage the most powerful word in the world to trigger an instant buying frenzy. And that's the key word, buying. We don't want just any old traffic. We want buying traffic. And as you can see from this case study done, or this study done in Q4 of 2016, the average conversion rate of most e-commerce stores leaves a lot to be desired at 4.14%. Wouldn't you agree? That's pretty lame. But the question here is the 4% figure due to low quality traffic, or is there a bigger problem going on beneath the surface? Now, I know at least one man who would argue that there might be something else something else here to blame. Now, who knows who this is? Put it in the chat box if you know who this person is. And even if you don't, have a guess, see if you get it. Gary. Yes, Leon. Well done, sir. No, that's not me. Oh. I'm a little younger than that. But yes, that is Gary Halbert. Passed away, unfortunately, in 2007. But he is considered the Prince of Print. For those of you who have never heard of him, he's universally recognized as the world's greatest ever copywriter. His infamous coat of arms sales letter was mailed successfully for more than 30 years to over 600 million people. So that ought to tell you something about his ability to influence others and to buy. But the reason I'm telling you that is for this reason. Because one of the principles Gary stood by was this: the only advantage you need to have in business is a starving crowd. In other words, if you market products that other people actually want, all you need to figure out is how to get your message in front of them. So who here can tell me how you might go about finding our starving crowd in today's world, given the technology we have at our disposal? Where do you think your target market is actually hanging out online? I'll give you a clue. It's a site that has over 2 billion active users. Can anyone guess what I'm talking about? Yes, Facebook. You bang on the money. You guys are smart. Okay, yeah, you guessed it, Facebook. And here's why. Data shows that 85% of all orders from social media belong to Facebook, and the likes of YouTube, Twitter, and Pinterest don't even come close. So you may be able to get cheap traffic from those platforms, but it's not buyer traffic. And speaking of traffic, here's the interesting thing with our system and way of doing things. With focused funnels, you only need a small amount of traffic to make money, around 100 visitors a day, just to give you an idea. And how do you get 100 visitors a day? Well, there's amateur traffic strategies like constant social media posts, the posting on forums, writing articles, blogs and press releases, blog commenting, guest posting, SEO. Hey, you know what? All well and good, and they have their merits, but they're not controllable, sustainable, and scalable. If we want to get results in the next 48 hours, is any of this really going to help us get there to that goal? No, it's not. So if I were you and I was going to start a brand new business from scratch, this is exactly what I would do. So pay attention and get ready to take some serious notes here. Step 1 is to find your audience. Now, here's the screenshot I took that when I was inside the Facebook ad manager. And what I'm doing here is trying to find my starving crowd. You see, one of the things Facebook does incredibly well is allow you to target people based on their interests. So all I've done here is I've typed in barbecue. And what Facebook is basically telling us is in their entire audience, over 150 million people have expressed an interest in barbecues or barbecuing. Remember that I said a moment ago, all we need is 100 visitors or 100 clicks to our funnel a day. This literally means out of 150 million people, all we need is 100 of them to see our ad and click on it. 100, that's it. And I had to geek out, that's 0.0000006, and yes, I did check, percent. I've got a question for you. If I gave you one of my ads to model right now so that you could literally just copy and paste and tweak it to fit your product that you select, do you think that's realistically achievable? Put a 1 in the chat box if you would agree with that. Yes. There you go. Yes. Everyone's saying yes. Okay, yeah. I'm going to give that to you in just a moment. Now, the question is this. How do we tap into that audience of 150 million people? Well, let me ask you another question. Do you know what the most powerful word in the world is? Go ahead and put it in the chat box if you know what the most powerful word is. Go without a second's hesitation. Yes, free. You're absolutely right. You guys are smart. You make this fun. This is what I love about this. I love doing this kind of training. So you guys got it. The most powerful word in the world is free. Seriously, this one word has the power to trigger an instant buying frenzy. And let me tell you why. Seriously, if you take one thing away from this entire presentation, let it be this. For the most part, people scrolling through their news feeds are generally not looking to buy products. Therefore, as entrepreneurs, there is one key thing we need to understand. Facebook is an interruption marketing platform. By trying to convince people to leave Facebook to visit our website, we are taking people away from their addiction. Now, I could go into the deep psychology behind all this, but you'll get the understanding here. Your offers need to be extremely compelling to get them to break that addiction for just a few moments. And that's where the power of the word free kicks in. See, if you can create a compelling offer, it's actually easier than you think to get people off of Facebook and into your focused funnel. And knowing how well a focused funnel can convert, there's also a very good chance that you will get them to buy. So here's how we do it. So step 2 is we create what's called a free plus shipping offer. Now this is where we go to Wish or AliExpress or again, Amazon or something like that. We follow the 3 steps I showed you earlier on to find a good quality product to sell, show you how to leverage the power of the word free by creating what's known as a free plus shipping offer. Now, I can already hear a few of you whispering in my ear, Sean, what's a free plus shipping offer? So for anyone who doesn't know, a free plus shipping offer is where you tell the customer they can have the product for free. Just help me out with the shipping and handling, and that's it. And I'll send it to you right now. Absolutely free. Now, I know that's pretty compelling, but it kind of drives us on to step 3. This is my ad template, and pay attention to this. This is the way we structure it. We start out running ads to a single front-end product. And because it's free, these ads get a lot of engagement. You can see that here, as I've highlighted with these red arrows. And it never takes long before they go viral. Take a look at this one example here. There's over 2,000 likes, 54 comments, and a whopping 126 shares. Now, this is how we trigger a buying frenzy that we're talking about. And the best part is, Facebook does all the hard work for us. All we have to do is create the offer and match the offer to the ad. It's as simple as that. And you can get started with just 20 bucks. Just 20 bucks. How many of you would say that you got 20 bucks right now? Just put a 1 in the chat box. Yeah, you got 20 bucks. You could do that. Anyone can do it. This is the thing. It's not overly complicated. So this is what the front end free plus shipping offer looks like. We're just showing it here. This is a grill mat right here. You can see that as a pretty solid looking offer. Very compelling. And now you've seen how cheap we can source quality products. And we'll take this barbecue non-stick grilling mat as an example. It costs us only $3.18 from our vendor. And we're positioning it as a free offer, but making $9.99 on the shipping and handling. So that gives us a total profit of $6.77. That is what we call a self-liquidating offer. Now, first of all, our cost versus how much we're selling for, that's over 300% difference. Just want to really highlight that. But this puts us in a very good position because it means we can spend up to $6.77 to acquire that one customer and still break even on the ad spend. This means you're building your business for free. You're building your audience for free. Now, with that being said, this is where it gets interesting. This is how you instantly double your profits. We plug in an upsell on the back end, just like we talked about earlier, which doubles our profits instantly. So from here, there's an upsell or a one-time offer page that people get to see immediately after they check out, like we just demonstrated. The idea here is that the higher price product with a greater profit margin. So if we buy this wireless barbecue digital thermometer directly related to the front end of the grilling mat from our drop shipper, it costs $11, but we sell it for $34. That's $23 in our pocket in profit. Okay, that's a 300% profit. Now, this takes our profit from our initial $6.77 to $30. That's a 450% increase in our profit. Now, if we knock off that $6.77 and say that was our ad spend, or we spent $5 on acquiring that customer, we still have a significant profit at the back end. Now, put a 1 in the chat box. Does that make sense so far? Okay, yeah. I just want to understand. This is the power of it here. It's really not complicated. We get the customer, we break even on the front end, we make the money on the back end. All of my businesses are based on this one principle. That's how I've been so successful in life, with this one principle right here. Now, on average, we found that 1 in 3 people will take that app's upsell. So let's kind of step through it. A good funnel will have a good conversion rate of about 10% or more. Oftentimes, we're up at 15, 20%. But let's just keep it very low numbers, very conservative numbers for the sake of demonstration. So 100 people enter your funnel, 10 people buy, okay? You've got a 10% conversion rate. Now, 100 visitors a day, based on that, and we'll just say just the front end, okay? 10 front end sales, $6.77, that's $67.70 in profit. 3 upsells, 1 in 3. We're knocking off a little bit here, but rough math. 3 upsells, $23, that's $71. That's a total daily profit of $139, okay? Now, we're keeping it very, very simple here, and that's pretty good. I mean, you got to admit, that's pretty good, $139 a day. Would you put a 1 in the chat box if that makes sense? Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, now let's kick it up a notch. Because when you get to this point, this is where the sky really is the limit, because you now have a funnel that is converting. And all you do is take some of that profits and use it to scale up your business and take your business, your income, and your entire life to levels you've never dreamed of before. Check this out. Okay, we started with 100 clicks a day. But what if you had 500 visitors a day? You're kind of taking some of your profits, you're putting it back into your business to reinvest it. This is what would happen if you have 500 visitors a day using the same exact numbers. Okay, 10% of 500 is 50. So 50 front-end sales at $6.77 plus 16 or so upsells at $23 takes your daily profit to $720.90. And then you keep scaling. 1,000 visitors a day. Same math, same scale, That's $1,400 a day. $1,465.70. Now you're starting to see the potential here. You start small, scale up as you have proven winners, and suddenly, if you do the math, that works out over $500,000 a year. That's right, guys. $500,000, all from one single 2-page funnel that took 10 minutes to set up and runs on 100% autopilot. Now, we don't stop there either, because one thing I'm all about is scale and automation. We not only have every customer that we acquire now, we can continue to market to time and again. We own that customer. We can now offer them more and more products, meaning we have the opportunities to profit on the back end, and they're virtually unlimited. Now, this is just from one funnel. And because you can literally set up these funnels in less than 10 minutes, I'm sure many of you are already, your brains are already going here, but you can rinse and repeat this process until the cows come home. Now, think about this for a second. You've just seen how a single funnel could potentially create and generate $500,000 a year. Imagine if you had a network of 5, 10, or even 20 of these single product funnels working for you 24/7. Each and every one of them working day in and day out, creating you an e-commerce empire. That's the beauty of this system. Now, seriously, guys, are you beginning to see how powerful this really is? Tell me, how many of you are excited about what we've just talked about? Just put a yes in the chat box. Are you excited about what we've shown you? How easy this is? How you can create an entire business just starting tonight? Yeah, lots of people. Yeah, very, very cool. Good. Now, we have covered a lot of ground, but I want to do a quick recap here. So because I'm sure that you agree, we've covered a lot of different things here. We're not done yet. So let's just recap. Step 1, pick a product. Step 2, pick an upsell. Step 3, you copy and paste the ad I showed you in Secret 3 to run a free plus shipping ad. Step 4, you start taking orders. And then after you've been paid by the customer, step 5, you place the order with the drop shipper. And actually this part of the process is pretty much automated, as you've seen. And let me ask you a question. If you followed this process that I did, that I just showed you in secret number 1, and you were to pick out a product, you picked your upsell, and then you did what I did to generate the actual, create the actual funnel itself and deploy everything, get everything rocking and rolling in under 10 minutes, and then you copied and pasted the ad I showed you in Secret 3, do you think you could be successful with this? I mean, you've seen everything that I've just laid out, and we've done this in real time. Do you put a yes in the chat box if you think with this you could be successful with all of this game plan I've just given you? Okay, most people are saying absolutely yes. Yeah, because again, my thing is keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't mess around with it. This is what it's all about. So with that being said, who wants to start profiting from their own focus funnels in the next 48 hours? Put yes in the chat box if you'd like to do that. Okay, so this is what it's all about. If you're ready to start making money right now in the next 48 hours, type yes in the chat box. That's right. There's actually a way for you to do all of this right now in the next 48 hours. But before I share that with you, I want to make sure I have your permission. So I'm seeing lots of yeses. And okay, good. Awesome. Okay, so here's how you can do this. This is your 2 options. Now, option 1, you could go it alone. Now, remember, I've been in e-commerce for over 15 years, and it's taken my team and I countless hours, months, weeks, many sleepless nights, but we have eventually made it as simple as it is. And again, tested like you wouldn't believe, over $1.2 million in ad spend, and literally hundreds, if not thousands of split tests, figuring out what works and what doesn't. So don't get me wrong, you're more than welcome to go that way and experiment on your own, cherry picking products, and who knows, maybe you'll find a winner. But then again, maybe you won't. So that brings us on to option 2. Kind of obvious one. Let me help you. You see, I've created a comprehensive package I will pretty much give to you that will walk you through the entire process from A to Z with nothing left out. Now, this is what Selosity is all about. You've seen me talk about this. It's the fastest and easiest way to build a seven-figure business selling physical products online that I have ever seen. Now, it's made up of three core elements. There's the comprehensive training. First of all, I'm going to give you all the step-by-step training you need to succeed. Secondly, you get the actual Selosity platform itself, which I'll tell you a little more about in a moment. And most importantly, you're going to get hands-on coaching and support, everything you need to rock and roll and succeed with this. Now, here's how we're doing it. Now, we have a 4-week live training boot camp. Now, you're going to have the opportunity to watch live over my shoulder as I walk you through every step of the system so you can get up and running and into profit as quickly as possible. That means I will cover everything from niche research to product sourcing, traffic generation, list building, how to set up all your ads, how to set up all your campaigns, how to structure everything, get everything to the point where you can run your entire business. In week 1, I'll show you how to pick a niche, how to be certain in advance that the niche you're going into is going to be profitable. I'm going to show you how to pick the right front-end products and upsells for your funnels that convert like crazy. In week 2, I'll walk you through the entire process, step by step, creating your funnels, customizing the way they look, optimizing things to suit exactly what you need, and how you can quickly import all and everything into Selosity. And then in week 3, I'm going to show you how to leverage Facebook to drive masses of cheap laser-targeted traffic, the exact way I test markets, I split test, I optimize, I get pull all the data I need so that I know I can hit the right market the right way like a ton of lead. And then in week 4, I'm going to show you how to automate virtually every aspect of the business, scale your business into a 7-figure empire so you can take everything to the entire next level and free yourself up and your entire life to levels you've never dreamed of. You've already seen what this business model has done for me. Take this funnel, for example. This is my supplement funnel. Now, just this last month, that's over $17,347 in sales. That's an average of more than $600 a day. And this is one of my worst funnels. Seriously, when I first built this one, I did everything wrong. The sole aim of this training is to show you how to do everything the right way the first time so you don't make my mistakes. And that's just one example. Again, this is the barbecue funnel that I was talking about. Last month generated over $41,000 in sales for me and around $1,500 on average every single day. And this one you saw right at the beginning here, this is on track to do $1.2 million this year. And this is from one funnel. Once you have a network of these funnels generating sales and income for you day in, day out on complete autopilot, and once you start maximizing the possibilities on the back end by adding more upsells, downsells, and using email marketing to turn new customers into repeat customers, the potential profit here is absolutely monumental. And you can see for yourself. It's no exaggeration. Now, who is this for? That's a question I get asked a lot. So first, this is for people who are brand new and looking to start an e-commerce business. It's also for existing e-commerce business owners looking to magnify their profits by 2 to 3 times while automating and scaling up so that you can work less and have more time and freedom to do the things you love. And anyone who has tried and failed before and is just looking to finally get generating sales and income for their online marketing efforts. But here's the thing. I also realized that regardless of which category you fall into, speed is important. I've been part of way too many courses and trainings that have taken forever to go through, and all the videos and the motivation is lost before anything is accomplished. I want you to be up and running with your first focused funnel as quickly as possible, with no hesitations. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to get lifetime enterprise level access to the entire Selosity platform. Now, this is worth $3,564. Now, Selosity is a proprietary e-commerce platform that I've spent over $100,000 in the past 2 years developing specifically for this system. The software includes the rapid funnel deployment system that allows you to build and deploy focused funnels in a matter of minutes. You just add your front-end product and add an upsell, and you're all set. And trust me when I say it's quite literally no other platform out there like this on the market. And because I got so frustrated with the limitations of other platforms, I built Selosity to solve all those problems, and you'll be given full lifetime access to it. No monthly fees, no messing around. On top of that, the system is the result of over 2 years of testing, and like I said, in excess of $100,000 in development. Now, I want you to understand something very powerful here. Once you have Selosity, you'll be able to get started in a matter of hours, not days, rather than having to wait days or even weeks to go through all the training and then another 2 to 3 weeks just figuring out how everything works. We've taken care of all the tech stuff, so you don't need to. And because of this, we've had students literally up and running and making money within 48 hours. Secondly, you'll be able to avoid 15 years of trial and error that I've had to go through to get to this point I'm at right now. You'll be able to build your business the right way the first time. The benefits don't stop there, because you'll also be able to get rid of Amazon, Shopify, or whatever other e-commerce platform you're currently thinking of using, saving you $297 a month or more. I know some Shopify people who are spending over anywhere from $800 to $1,000 a month before they've even sold a single bloody product. You'll have our full funnel system. A lot of funnel systems, you pay anywhere from $97 a month extra, or for an independent one, which doesn't talk to the rest of your systems, to create any sort of funnels. We're the best of both worlds. We can create a full e-commerce multi-product store, or your focus funnels, or fuse the two. No other system does that. You'll have a full shopping cart and a merchant account provider, which is a minimum of $99 a month. You can use any payment processor you want. The autoresponder software, which is, again, $49 that other people charge, you don't need that. We've got an actual email system that works on behavioral targeting built into the system, or you can plug in any other autoresponder you want. You'll never need to worry about any of that. You don't have to worry about tracking or split testing. We've got it. It's all built in. You don't have to buy extra systems to do all that. Plus, Selosity comes with dozens of premium themes all built in as standard. You'll never have to fork out $180 for some sort of premium theme. With a drag and drop editor, you can also create anything you want. Literally everything is packed into this one system. And honestly, I'm barely even scratching the surface. I could go on, but you get the point. This is the thing. Our platform, you never have to worry about monthly fees ever. That's it. Just to give you an idea, our customers telling us they're basically saving anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a month just by switching to Selosity from their whatever other platform they're using. So you join Selosity today, you're going to get this, the 4-week live training bootcamp. Okay, that's worth $3,997. You're also going to get lifetime access to the enterprise account of Selosity, a platform that you own. It's deployed on your servers. You own your business. Strictly speaking, it's hard to calculate the value of this. But since the platform usually costs $197 a month, that's an annual value of $3,564, bringing the total value to $7,561. Okay? But it doesn't stop there, because after months of development and testing, I'm proud to announce the launch of Genesis. This is the Selosity automated dropshipping and fulfillment system I just showed you. Now, like I said, Genesis is a Google Chrome extension that allows you to easily import products from not just AliExpress, which a lot of the other systems that you pay hundreds of dollars a month for are limited to, but we do AliExpress, Wish, and Amazon with just a few clicks, including full fulfillment. It works by automatically forwarding all your customers' information to your vendor so that they can ship the product directly to your customer. And as a result, you never have to see, touch, or ship a single product. Now, if you go back 15 years when I was first figuring this stuff out, I literally had to spend thousands of man hours trying to figure out an efficient way to handle all this, or hiring people to do it manually. I didn't want you to have to reinvent the wheel here. So like I said, I've spent the best part of the last 12 months building this system and putting everything together here to solve all of your problems. I've paid an absolute fortune to have all of this developed, built for my needs. And now it's your chance to get your hands on this as well. Now you can literally automate everything, and I'm going to give this to you in this package. Does that sound cool? Put a 1 in the chat box if that sounds cool. Okay, cool. Okay, just to combine everything, so you're getting the 4-week bootcamp. That's worth $3,997. You get lifetime enterprise access to Selosity, which is a value of $3,564, and you're going to get proprietary access to Genesis, the automated dropshipping engine, worth $1,997. That's bringing the total value here to $9,588. But we're not stopping there. Now, by now, you're probably thinking, okay, what's the price? What is the price? And rightly so. However, you should know by now that this isn't just a training course or even just a piece of software. This is a complete step-by-step implementation program for your business. If you're starting from scratch, it should take you conservatively no more than 48 hours to get your first funnel set up. But then over the next 48 hours, you can start gathering data, making optimizations, experimenting with different front-end offers, different upsells, and so on. And by the time we're done, you'll have a network of these focused funnels generating sales and income for you day in and day out on complete and total autopilot. Guaranteed. Now, I said yes. Yeah, I said guaranteed. And I'll elaborate more on that in just a moment. You are getting the exact system I've used to generate $5.5 million in sales online. And the total value is over $9,558 worth of training tools and processes, okay? Now, if you did pay $9,558 and all it did was finally give you the ability to start generating sales and income from your online marketing efforts, would it be worth it? If all this did was show you how to build your e-commerce business the right way the first time so you can bypass 15 years of trial and error that I had to go through, would it be worth it? Ask yourself that for a moment. And if all it did was help you pick one product that consistently generated you $10K a month, would it be worth paying that fee just once? And yes, a lot of people saying, yes, it would. Well, good, you're right, it would. But you won't be paying $9,558. You won't even pay $4,997, which would be a steal. You won't even pay $2,997. The retail price for this system is just $1,997, but you can get started today for even less. If you act right now to secure your spot and enter this secret coupon code at checkout, you will save 50% off the retail price. Now go to that link you see on your screen right now. Go there, enter that coupon code. The fact that you're still here watching this right now tells me you're serious about getting your hands dirty and doing whatever it takes to be successful. So I want to congratulate you for that first. So if you act right now, you go to that link you see on the screen, you can get started for even less. Simply go to that URL, enter that coupon code that you see right there, that's all uppercase, no spaces, at checkout, you will get 50% off of the retail price. Now, this is why you should buy now and today. This is why you should do it right at this very moment. You will get 3 exclusive bonuses if you act fast and become one of the first in. But these bonuses are only available for those who join today. These are exclusive bonuses. You're going to get access to bonus number 1, Cellosity Labs. Now, this is normally $47 a month. Now, as a Cellosity Labs member, you're going to get instant access to our huge library, an ever-growing library of step-by-step action plans. The idea is that these are bite-sized accelerators to tap into new sources of traffic or to capitalize on tested and proven marketing strategies and campaigns to rapidly grow your business. Different things that I'm doing and different trainings that I will put together, condensed extra training that will amplify everything you do. Best of all, we don't just teach you the theory. Theory without application is useless. We show you step by step how to actually get stuff done. And your Cellosity Labs membership also entitles you to exclusive deals and discounts on some of the most powerful e-commerce marketing tools out there. Now, just to recap, when you join today, Cellosity, you're getting the 4-week boot camp worth $3,997. You're also getting a lifetime enterprise account for Cellosity, which is has an annual value of $3,564. You're also getting proprietary access to Genesis, the automated dropshipping engine that's worth $1,997. You're also getting a 50% discount when you purchase today, giving you an instant saving of $998.50. And you're also getting 12 months membership, which to our Selosity Labs advanced training portal worth $564 a year, which gives you a total of $10,122. And bonus number 2, because we're still not done, because you're also going to get weekly live Selosity Insider calls. Here's the deal. After we've completed the core training, you're up and running and you're generating sales, I host a weekly live training call for members only. Now, these sessions, I will be teaching you advanced marketing strategies. I'll be teaching you how to rapidly scale up your e-commerce business. I'll be doing funnel evaluations, business evaluations. I'll be looking over your shoulder, helping you every step of the way. My goal with these is to help you accelerate everything. You will also have the opportunity to basically have me help you build your business. Now, this is truly invaluable. You'll also be able to take advice from I give to other people as well, and then help you take your business where it needs to actually go. It's really what it's all about. So just to recap, 4-week live training bootcamp worth $3,997. You're also getting a lifetime enterprise account of the Selosity platform with an annual value of $3,564. You're also getting proprietary access to Genesis, Selosity's automated dropshipping engine, $1,997. You're going to get a 50% discount when you purchase today, giving you an instant saving of $998.50. You're also getting a 12-month membership to our Selosity Labs advanced training portal worth $564, which gives us a total of $10,122. And you're also getting a 12-month membership to Selosity Insider worth $2,364, which equals $12,920.50. So go to that link on your screen right now, grab access to this, and get started with Selosity. Now, you will feel completely safe when you join today, and here's why. I'm going to take away all of the risk. This is what we're doing. I'm going to assume all the risk by backing you with my unprecedented 90-day success partnership guarantee. You see, when you join Selosity, you'll finally have a true partner in your online business, someone who will always have your back and who will be there to ensure you take the steps necessary to achieve success. Your responsibility is to show up and put in 100% of the effort, to read, to watch, and to implement what you learn, to reach out to the Selosity team when you need help, and to persevere in the face of any challenges or adversity. When you do that, when you commit to your own success, you'll be met with a true partner. My team and I will provide you with the very best training and support available and pull out all of the stops to help you succeed. I guarantee that if you follow the steps in the training and implement the advice that we give you, you will have your first profitable focused funnel up within the first 30 days. If not, we will work with you to create a personalized course correction plan that will lay out the exact steps you need to take in your specific situation. Now, after implementing your course correction plan, you will have a profitable focus funnel within 90 days from the date you join, or you will get all of your money back plus an additional $100 out of my pocket to say thank you for giving it a try. Now, let me ask you a question, guys. Is that fair enough? Put a yes in the chat box if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people saying, yeah. Okay, that's it. Now, here's the thing. The real question is this. Is it worth investing a few minutes of your time to check this out and see if it works for you? It's clear that you have absolutely nothing to lose and potentially everything to gain here. This really is 100% risk-free. Totally refundable investment in yourself, your business, and your life. So the question is this. Is it worth investing a few minutes of your time to check this out and see if it'll work for you? After all, if you're truly honest with yourself, and I'm sure you'll agree that the biggest risk you take here is spending your entire year not getting the results you want. As Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So isn't it about time you did something different? Isn't it about time you took that leap of faith? Because as you've seen, you're literally just one funnel away from the business and life you deserve. You're getting the 4-week live training bootcamp worth $3,997. You're also getting lifetime enterprise access to the Selosity platform, which is a value of $3,564. You're also getting proprietary access to Genesis, which is the automated dropshipping engine, worth $1,997. I'm giving you an instant 50% discount when you purchase today, giving you an instant savings of $998.50 off of what the public are paying. Plus, you're going to get 12 months access to the Selosity Labs Advanced Training Portal worth $564 and 12 months membership to the Selosity Insider worth an extra $2,364, taking the grand total value of $12,950. And most importantly, you're getting my 90-day success partnership guarantee that includes unlimited coaching and implementation from my support team. Now, here's the thing, guys. Go to the URL you see on the screen. Use the secret coupon code 50SPECIAL to get your 50% off the retail price. So go there right now. You go to that URL you see, put that coupon code in, 50SPECIAL, again, all caps, no spaces, to lock in an instant 50% discount. And this discount is only available to people listening to this session right now, which means as soon as this presentation ends, the coupon code is set to automatically expire, and you'll no longer be able to get that discount. So whatever you do, don't wait any longer. Go there to that link you see on the screen. Do it right now. Lock in your discount. Grab this entire package, and let's get you started with Selosity. Now, what I'm going to do right now is there's been a few questions. I'm going to take a few moments and go through these questions real quick, and we'll rock on, and then we'll wrap up here. So again, like I said, the timer is ticking. As soon as this training ends, that coupon's going to expire. Would you recommend this for print on demand? Funnily enough, we actually integrate with a few different print on demand systems. Again, like I said, this is a full e-commerce platform. It's not just for funnels. It can actually build an entire store. You can do all sorts of cool things. One thing we actually do is we can actually set up a series of focused funnels, and we'll go through this in the training. You'll see this in some of the training. We will take a series of focused funnels on the front end to get customers to build our business for free and profit on the front end. And then on the back end, we send them to the rest of the store. So we could have a select group of, say, 20, 30, 100 products on the back end in a main store. And then we could take all our focus funnels and use that to drive all the people to that, building our business for free, making a metric ton of money on the front end. And then we've got the rest of the store. So you can do print on demand as well. No problem at all. Okay. What does enterprise mean? How many sites? Great question, Marinol. You can build up to 10 different domains. Okay, so you can set up 10 different domains. Now, here's the cool thing. If you try to do that with something like Shopify, you would need 10 different installations and 10 different licenses for every app. Now, if you think about the numbers we were talking about earlier on, if it's on average $8,000 a year, by the time you've got all those apps that we were talking about earlier on that give you the basic functionality, one store, $8,000 before you sell a single product. If you wanted to set up 10 stores, that's $80,000 before you sell a single product. That's not cool. We give you 10 licenses. No limit on the number of funnels you can create, no limit on the number of products you can put in your store. It's your business. We don't want to cap you. We want to give you a business you control. And that's what it's all about. So great question there. Will it work in Germany? It'll work in any country in the world. Here's why. You own your business. It's in your store. You host it wherever you want. We have some recommendations for very effective hosts, so you don't have to worry about any of that. It's taken care for you. But if you're using somewhere like Wish.com, for example, a lot of those products ship to anywhere from 40 to 70 countries in the world. And while a lot of the people who are limited to, say, Shopify and AliExpress, they have what's called e-packet, what I mentioned earlier on in the training. That's a direct relationship between UPS or USPS and China to get products into the United States. You don't really have that relationship with many other countries in the world. So if you're trying to do drop shipping with AliExpress and you live outside of the US, or you're selling to outside of the US, that's terrible. But there's $1.6 trillion of market outside of the US for e-commerce. So using Wish allows you to tap into that because, again, they ship to 41 to 70 different countries, depending on the product that you're picking. So again, check the product, and it'll show you how many countries it ships to, and you can start profiting right away. You don't have to have your business within the United States. Because of the platform that we have built here, plug in PayPal, you can plug in Stripe, you can plug in Braintree, you can plug in pretty much any payment processor. We don't take a cut. It doesn't bother us at all. It's your business. It's very, very powerful that way. Someone mentioning ClickFunnels. And so how does this compare to ClickFunnels? Can you build a focused funnel with ClickFunnels? You can build funnel. ClickFunnels is a funnel builder. However, here's the thing. It was never really designed for physical products. It was designed more for virtual products. And while you can sell physical products with it, it's not integrated like we are for automatic fulfillment. This is a true e-commerce platform. Now, funnily enough, you can use Selosity to sell digital goods. You can sell print on demand. You can sell virtual goods. You can even sell memberships to different sites. I mean, it's really a fully comprehensive e-commerce platform. And here's the thing. The engine that we use as the core of Selosity powers right now 1 million stores. Shopify only powers about 400,000. And most of those accounts are dead accounts. They're not actually active accounts. So we are built on an engine that's not only proven for many years, it's the most popular e-commerce platform or engine, should I say, that's under our hood. And we have built this with one-click upsells, which you can't do with most platforms. We've got all the other integrations. We can integrate with Amazon FBA. We can do all sorts of cool things I haven't even scratched the surface of here. We're keeping it really simple here, talking about focused funnels, because honestly, that's the quickest way to profit. But there's so much more you can do beyond that. The sky's the limit. Okay, so a couple of other questions. What does it cost to go beyond 10 domains? We haven't actually considered that. Here's what I would recommend. We can see about expanding that in the future, okay, in terms of going past 10 domains. But you can run multiple funnels, as many funnels as you like on one domain. So there's no real limit to what you can do with your business. But on top of that, I would recommend that you focus on just one domain to start with. One business, maybe 2 or 3, yeah, that's fine. But really, you want to get this process down so that not only your funnels are focused, but you're focused too. That way you can approach this, you can maximize and practice and get everything optimized so that when you go to expand to more domains, more e-commerce businesses, and everything else, you're doing it with a full skill set that is honed and optimized so that your focus and your profits are focused as well. Hope that makes sense. Is this integrated with Profit Builder? Absolutely. It's built in. And that's the drag and drop system that we use to build absolutely everything. It's integrated into this as part of it. Doesn't cost you a dime. We don't really mention that. It's complimentary. It's on the house. It's yours. Enjoy. Won't we be required to purchase SSL certificates? That's a great question. Most hosts now support Let's Encrypt, which again is free. That gives you SSL, and you can buy SSLs if you want. Most of your hosts will do that, and they'll cost you like anywhere from $10 a year or something like that. You can get them from Namecheap.com for like $10. But most hosts are now supporting, and if you use the host we recommend, which is SiteGround, they give you a free SSL. It's right there. It's free, so you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it. We'll have someone's asking, is there going to be a replay because they want to go back over some of this information? The replay will be posted tomorrow, and we'll also put a link to I mentioned about a PDF with all the slides and everything else for you, that everyone who stayed until the end. I will put that in the replay, or I will mail it out to you, okay? That way you can have everything, and we'll figure that out as well. Can you use your own WordPress theme instead of the built-in one that we use? Yes, and I don't recommend it. Here's why. The theme that we supply with Selosity, you can build anything with it. You can create absolutely any type of design you like. And we have literally hundreds of templates for every business purpose you can imagine. However, what I would recommend is to make the most of this start with the built-in Selosity theme. The reason being is it's purely optimized for maximum conversions for e-commerce. In every type of e-commerce. And now, as you get in there, you'll see the training and everything else. You'll see that you can do absolutely everything with this system. Now, you can, and I say this provisionally, use and work with other themes. And Selosity will do that, but it really is geared into this one theme to give you the best opportunity. So while it is possible, that's on you, okay? And if you break stuff, that's on you. But everything is really geared around this one central system to give you the best advantage. Okay, so one last time, guys. Go to the URL you see on the screen, enter that coupon code. I'm going to wrap it up right there, but I wanted to make sure we give you absolutely everything here and give you the best advantage. So again, one last question, guys. Did you get a lot of advantage from this? Did you get a lot of benefit and value from this? I just want to see, just put a yes in the chat box if you enjoyed this. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, beautiful. Well, you guys rock. That's what it's all about. Okay, beautiful. So what we're going to do now, guys, is I'm going to keep that coupon code active for a few more minutes. But I see a lot of people saying they're in. I just want to see this. Michael said, you need, yeah, okay, that's fine. I have one of those in my household as well. Don't worry about it. But I see who here is in? Who purchased? Give us a shout out. I want to name some names here and personally congratulate you for jumping in on this. Okay, so let's say just type in "I'm in." So we got Suzanne. Okay, that's wonderful. Just say "I'm in." That's going to be easier because I see you. Okay, Michael, awesome. Welcome aboard. Phyllis, Petra, Jeff. Okay, awesome. Thomas, Alicio. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, welcome aboard, everyone. So what I'm going to do now is, guys, I'm going to wrap it up right here. We're going to end it right here. But if you did buy, stay on for a second because I want to kind of walk through what's going to happen next. So again, thank you all for stopping by. I really appreciate it. But if you bought, stay on because I want to tell you what's going to happen in the next few minutes. Michael, you saw if you saw the options on the, someone's asking about a payment plan. Are there payment plans available? If you go to that link you see on the screen, there is a payment plan. You can split this up if that makes it easier for you. We want to make sure you have every opportunity. So go ahead, check on that page. If you want to take the payment plan's absolutely fine. Go ahead with that. That's cool. Okay, so what's going to happen next, guys? For those of you who just joined, you're going to get email in a few moments. Once you go through that process and you buy and you signed up and everything else, it's going to jump across and you're going to get an email with your account information so that you can log in. Now, when you first log in, you're going to see a dashboard and it's going to give you a quick welcome video. It's going to step you through a couple of things. And on the left-hand side, you're going to see a section that says Bootcamp. Now, that is going to give you access to literally hit the ground running. What this really is. And I suggest that you go through each bootcamp in stages. Now, each one of these bootcamps has an assignment. It's not homework. It's not like you're back at school, but it has an exercise. It's, okay, what is your action steps to proceed? Now, when you go through that, I really want you to pay attention to what is required because just the first bootcamp session alone is going to lay the foundation for your future success. It's really the most pivotal part of any e-commerce business. And this is why most people in e-commerce fail, not only because they're approaching e-commerce wrong, but they're not setting the solid foundation for their future success. It's what this is all about. So we set the groundwork there. Then again, we're going to show you in Bootcamp 2 how to literally put everything together and I don't cut any corners. Today in the demo, I literally had everything prepared and I was going like crazy, but I had to cut a few corners. I had to speed things up for the sake of obviously demonstration and time. But in this, we go through it step by step. We go through every ounce, every detail to make sure that when you're doing this for yourself, You're able to absorb it. You'll be able to do it right. And again, by the end of that session, you will have a fully fledged, ready to rock funnel. And we'll show you, and we'll also talk about things like multiple upsells, multiple downsells, chaining, and everything else. Some really very powerful concepts. Then in session 3, which that was, I'll be quite honest, that was almost a 3-hour, or actually almost a 4-hour training session. How to set up all of the like tracking pixels, retargeting, Facebook campaigns, how to deploy hundreds of ads, literally in a few clicks, automatic optimization to find your perfect audience, to test your audiences. So much stuff, it'll blow your brains. But again, a very, very powerful session. And then the last one, which is going to go through about scaling up, how to automate even more parts of your business, how to really set everything up to be basically what I do at the top level. Okay. How to take, I mean, for example, we talk about having a single focus funnel here. We talk about having a front end which offers 4 individual focused funnels to the user so that they can pick their own gift, and how to set all that up. Some very, very powerful things. So again, you're getting a lot of value here, but outside of all that, there's a lot of other detailed training in there. If you want to set up a multi-product store, we've got the training in there for that. We have incredible Facebook training in there in the action plans. We have, I think we have 42 existing Selosity Insider calls. Each one of them is about an hour. So again, there's a ton of stuff in here, but I don't want you to get overwhelmed. While we give you everything, start with the boot camp. It's going to be the fastest way to market. So I want to make sure that you guys have access to that. And again, well done for being part of this. Congratulations. Just proves how damned awesome you are. And I look forward to seeing you in that training in just a few minutes to get you started. So we're going to wrap it up right there. And let's see. I have to take a drink here because my throat is gone. Can't see the link. The screen froze. Okay, let me just back up the slide. And what I'll do is I'll just start from here. That should, hopefully that rocks in, but you should see the link on the screen. And does the bootcamp offer training on writing the copy for the funnel pages? A great question. We show you how you don't even need to. Okay, because a lot of it is kind of built in, and I show you what I do, how I do it. You don't need to write a lot of copy. I've refined this down to almost a 0 copywriting tactic. Now, when it comes to creating your actual Facebook ads, I walk you through an exact process, and I even give you a template that you can use. Now, I'll be showing you that. It's very, very powerful. It's one I use in all of my ads, and it works like gangbusters. But I'll be showing you some very powerful techniques, but you don't need to be a copywriter. Here's the thing. 0 tech, 0 headache, and 0 copywriting. It's literally click, click, done. That's why I wanted to simplify this down to, because that allows me, like I said, I built this for myself. I never really built this for the public. But when I saw the power of this and I decided to, I need to show people how to do this because of all the other BS out there I see, it just drove me nuts. I decided to kind of optimize this, fine tune it. And it did take a good extra 12 months for me to refine this down. I mean, I first decided to do this over 12 months ago. It's taken me a further 12 months of refining to get it to what you've seen today. And I am very proud of this. This is actually out of all of the businesses I have involvement with and all of the things I've done, this one system is my absolute favorite. It's the one I'm most passionate about. So there you go. Anyway, are there recordings from these sessions? Yes, the recordings are all in the members area. When you log in, that was a question from Thomas I want to address. Yes, when you log in, you'll see everything there. Okay, so a question from Michael, real quick. Is integrating a payment processor a fast process, or is there lots of paperwork? Depending on the payment processor. But if you have PayPal, hook it up with PayPal. Actually, to be honest, I actually recommend PayPal as the main one. But we integrate with Stripe, Braintree. Those are very fast. If you have the ability to have Stripe in your country, that just takes 5 minutes to set up. And again, we have integration for Stripe built in. If you're working with something like authorize.net or actual merchant account, there's a couple more steps with that. But again, if they have a plugin, and we'll go through this in the training, that will work with what we're doing, which most of them do. They're actually usually free as well. It's boom. It's done. It's instant. You just have to go, create your account with whatever payment processor you're using. And then you just plug in the details into our system. Well, it's done. It's connected. You're rocking. But if you just want the fastest way to market, the fastest way to get things, if you've got PayPal, you're good to go. Simple as that. Okay. So with that being said, I think we're going to wrap it up right there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for being here. I truly enjoy sharing this. I'm so glad that I had a chance to do this. If you're still on the fence, don't sit on the fence. It's a very painful place to be, and you tend to get splinters in your butt. So go to that link on the screen. One last call. While that coupon is active, you can save 50% off and go get access to all that awesomeness that we have there. So thanks very much, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all real soon.